Have you ever wondered why it's so easy to start a new goal and so hard to finish that goal? I'm going to tell you why and how you can actually reach your goals. So the thing is we hear of lots of different ways to set goals. There's lots of goal setting methods, ways to make plans, to break it down, to start a goal with the end in mind. But the thing is we haven't often learned ways to set goals that work for us. Because we are all built differently. Our lives are different, our personalities are different, our motivations are different. And sometimes the smallest change can make the biggest difference in whether or not we reach our goals. And I'm going to teach you one simple trick that's going to help you to reach your goals. That trick is called setting a painkiller goal and not just a vitamin goal. You might be wondering what I mean by that. Well, a few months ago, I was out with friends and I felt a headache coming on. Now, as soon as I felt that headache coming on, I knew a few things were going to happen. One, I was not going to be comfortable. Two, my vision was going to get kind of funky if I didn't do something about it. And three, I was probably not going to enjoy my evening. So I searched through my purse to look for a painkiller. I asked friends to see if anybody else had some ibuprofen. And if they didn't, then I was probably going to leave for a little while, go to the store, and at the very worst case, run home and get some medicine to stave off that headache. Now let's contrast that with taking my morning vitamins. I've had a busy few days, headed out of the house really early, just forgot to take my vitamins. I definitely did not leave the place that I went to come home when I remembered I didn't take my vitamins. Frankly, when I got home that evening, I didn't even take my vitamins again. Now, I know vitamins are good for me. I know that they will help me to be healthy, help me to have strong bones. But if I don't take my vitamin, I don't really think much about it. But if I have a headache and I need some ibuprofen, I find it. Let me connect the dots for you. We often set goals that are vitamin goals. Wow, I really wish I could eat healthier. I really wish I could read my Bible more. I really wish I could pray more. These are wonderful goals. These are very important things that are going to make a big difference in our lives. But the way that we look at the goal, our motivation for setting the goal, is not going to help us to reach the goal. Let me explain some of the differences here. First of all, if we set goals that we feel like we should set, as opposed to goals that we feel like we need to set, those are extremely different motivations. So for example, if you say, I really just feel like I should read my Bible more. I'm going to just, maybe read through the Bible this year. That's my new goal and I'm going to do it. And it's really hard to stick to, right? But what if instead you recognize that sometimes when you wake up in the morning or when you go to bed at night, you're really dealing with some anxiety and you have thoughts spinning in your head and you feel overwhelmed and exhausted and maybe afraid. And instead of setting that goal of, I'm just going to read through my Bible because I should, and I'm going to start in Genesis and read through Revelation, what if instead you said, okay, this is a pain in my life right now, this anxiety that I have. And I want to get in God's word because I know that that's going to restore my soul. It's going to give me a right perspective and it's going to help me to set my mind on things above instead of things on this earth. And so I want to read my Bible every day. And I'm going to read verses about peace, about how God is in control, about how God has a plan and a purpose for me. I'm going to read through Psalm 23. Those are the same kind of goal. We want to get in the Word every day. But one is a vitamin goal. I should read the Bible. I will read from Genesis to Revelation. But the other is a painkiller goal. I have this difficulty in my life, and I need God's Word to help me through. And so I want to get in His Word because that is going to fix the pain in my life. Do you see that difference there? Another example could be, I want to eat healthier. And maybe it's even because I want to fit in some old jeans that I really like. That's probably a good goal. It's probably good to be healthier. But perhaps you also have thought that you have little kids and they're often asking you to play and you just don't have the energy to do it. You're like, I'm just too tired. Let's just put on another show because I'm exhausted. And maybe you feel some mom guilt about that. Or maybe you're a grandmother and you wish you could lift your grandkids up and carry them around and hold them in your arms. And so you say, I want to eat better because I want more energy to have fun with my kids, to have fun with my grandkids, and to do the things that I want to do. Those are kind of the same goal. I want to eat better. But one is just because we should, or because we feel like we should fit into certain pants or look a certain way. But the other is for a true pain in our lives of wanting to connect with those we love, of wanting to engage on a physical level with our kids, with our grandkids. So what's a vitamin goal that you've sort of been pursuing, maybe for most of your life? We all have those goals that we're kind of pursuing. They're probably vitamin goals. They're probably not painkiller goals. So how do you set a painkiller goal? Honestly, it takes some prayer. It takes some journaling and some thought. We can't just think, oh, I should do this. We need to think about, God, what are the challenges in my life right now? What are the things I'm really struggling with? And how can I come to a solution for those things? How can I set a goal that's going to help me resolve that pain in my life? Because God knows you best, and we can set the most efficient and effective goals in the world according to the best plans and methods that experts have to offer. And we could spend years perfecting our system. Or we could truly just say one simple prayer. Say, God, help me understand me. You created me. You know what solutions are out there. You know what's best. How can I set a goal that I can reach? Really engage with the Lord when it comes to your goal setting. It's not something we do apart from Him. It's something that we do with Him because He's the one who created us for a purpose. So my challenge to you is to take some time. Honestly, I would challenge you to set aside 30 minutes to an hour with a pen and paper, maybe a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and sit down and think, what are some vitamin goals that I've set that I just have gotten stuck on? I haven't been able to make progress on. And then how can I change those into painkiller goals? And my challenge to you then would just to be focused on one. Instead of taking all the things that we feel like we should do, translating them into, pains in our life, and then trying to reach all those goals, just focus on one at a time. So if you do that, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Spend 1 hour, write down your vitamin goals. How can you translate those into painkiller goals? And then focus on one at a time until you're able to knock them out. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your questions and help you process through this. Comment below, send me an email, send me a message. I would love to hear from you. All right, let's get some goals knocked out, and we will see you next time.